everybody, and welcome back to another video on Cobbler's Vlogs, where today we are continuing our preview to the 2020-2021 League One season, continuing the build-up. We've just done Fleetwood Town with Ben Natman and Cod's Vlogs. Now we're doing Gillingham. Quick bit on them. They're nicknamed the Gills. They were founded in 1893. They play at the Priestfield Stadium, which has a capacity of 11,582. Their manager is Steve Evans, and last year they finished 10th in League One. Their major achievements: they've won the Division 4 or the League 2 equivalent in 1963 and 64. They won it as well in 2012-13, and they won the League 2 playoffs in 2009, which you're about to hear all about from Gillingham fan Lewis Browning. He's our Gillingham fan that's going to be talking you through Gillingham. Quite a bit of detail here. He's sort of a Gillingham-based journalist, I guess we could say. So yeah, massive thanks to Lewis for going into such detail on Gillingham. So everything you need to know about Gillingham coming up with Lewis now. Thanks again to Lewis. I'll leave his Twitter and everything in the description. He also writes for Vavel, the same site as me as well. I think he's an editor. So again, really an expert on Gillingham. So it's over to you, mate.
Hello everybody, my name's Lewis. I'm a Gillingham fan. I've been asked by Matt to come on the channel and break down and answer a few questions on Gillingham for a video. So thanks very much to Matt for asking me on. Apologies for the absolutely terrible light. It's very late. It's nearly midnight. I'm downstairs in my parents' house, you know, walking the hamster. So if you can hear that, that's what that is. And my laptop's down here as well. So if I keep looking down throughout, I'm just looking at my notes. So like I said, I've got a few questions to answer. The first question is my best Gills memory. So my first game was in 2007, aged 8. I'm now 21, so it's a fair chunk of time ago. My best memory is a fair chunk of time ago as well. 2009 League 2 playoff final, Gillingham 1, Shrewsbury Town 0. Now, getting promotion was good. The fact it was via the playoffs was even better. The fact we lost 7-0 to Shrewsbury earlier in that season helped things in terms of bouncing back, etc. The fact we went out via a 90th minute winner tops it all off, really. From what I remember, it was a very even game. You know, it was a long time ago. I was very young. I was very small. And then we get a corner, which wasn't a corner. You know, Andy Bartram put a cross in and bounced back off him. But the referee gave a corner. Josh Wright whips it in. Simeon Jackson runs in, 90th minute, heads it in. The ball just went over the line. Like I said, I was very young. I was very small. I didn't see the ball cross the line because everyone was standing up. So I'm just jumping up and down. My dad like picked me up, starts body slamming me, not literally, but like he's just like chucking me around, hamster, and he's just, you know, just pure elation, the embrace between me and my dad. You know, all the other Gills fans there just going mental. A 90th minute winner in a playoff final at Wembley. You know, it doesn't get much better than that really as a lower league fan. It was just brilliant. You know, it'll live long in the memory forever. And I think there'll have to be something pretty special happen to top that. A few things do come close. You know, we beat the likes of Watford and Cardiff, who are both Premier League teams at the time, in cups. And obviously the League 2 title winning season in 2013 under Martin Allen is also up there. But in terms of a sort of moment and something that lives fondly in my memory, it's that 90th minute winner at Wembley to get promotion. You know, Simeon Jackson, you know, club legend in my eyes just because of that moment and the moment I had with my dad. And, you know, seeing your team win at Wembley with a last-minute goal, like I said, it doesn't get much better than that. So that's my best Gills memory. I've been asked to talk a little bit about last season. So, obviously, the season was cut short. I think we played 35 of our games. So we had 9 left to play when the season was cut short. We came 10th on points per game. We were 11th when the season got cut short, but we leapfrogged Ipswich because of them playing one more game than us. So we came 10th on points per game. Steve Evans' first season in charge, you know, top 10 finish, improvement on the season before, not too bad. It was a decent season, you know, slow start. We had a good unbeaten run between November and February, 15 league games. If you obviously exclude the loss to West Ham in the FA Cup in January. 15 league games. It started with a loss to Wimbledon before the first game and then a loss to Wimbledon after the last game. So obviously Wimbledon started and ended it, had a pretty big role to play. But it was a good season, like I say, that run was good. We did draw 8 of the games. You know, we didn't score too many goals last season. We drew a lot of games overall. You know, like I say, we drew over half of those games in that unbeaten run. We had 15 draws in the league, which is more than any other team. Out of 35, 15 were draws. So, you know, a few more of those turned into wins, and we might have been a bit higher up the league. Our play was sort of built on a solid defensive structure. You know, we played the diamond. We had Jack Bonham in goal, one of the best goalkeepers in League One, if not the best in my opinion. We had Barry Fuller at right back. never got beat. You know, he's 35, I think now. You know, he wasn't the best going up and down. He wasn't the best going forward. But he never got beat. He'd always get stuck in, and you know, he's given 110% for the team. I was into that partnership of Jack Tucker and Max Amer. You know, like I say, it's still one of the best partnerships in the league last season. We had the experience of Max Amer, the youthful talent, and the breakthrough season of Jack Tucker that Jack Tucker had. They were a good partnership, and Conor Ogilvie at left back, again for me, without trying to sound biased, one of the best left backs in the division. And then Alfie Jones in front of those guys, on loan from Southampton, who sort of protected that defence. We had a good defence, but did that limit us a bit going forward? The stats would say yes. So yeah, like I say, we didn't score too many goals. We did draw a few too many games, but it was a good season under Steve Evans. In terms of that defensive structure, you know, I'll go and talk about it a little bit more on the next point. But we've lost Amer. We sort of got rid of Fuller, and obviously Jones has gone as well. So it's going to be a big rebuild. But last season, the defensive structure was really good. It was a big part of our play. You know, we improved on the season before, and it was a decent season. I enjoyed it. And Steve Evans sort of turned around a lot of fans' opinions on him for his what's the word? So a number of times he embraced with the fans, through the way he embraced with the fans. He was very open, he was very honest, you know, about his past, that sort of thing, about his antics on the touchline, that sort of thing. And he won a lot of fans over, and now you'll do well to find two major Gillingham fans that aren't a big fan of Steve Evans as a man and manager, really. So yeah, talking a little bit about next season now. Matt's asked me to talk about a potential table finish. Obviously, like I say, last season we came 10th. Who knows what would have happened if the season did continue. You know, we're sort of, I think we were 9 points off the playoffs and they got cut short. I'm not sure what ended on how far off on points per game, but a lot of people inside the club said that they thought we would have probably broke into those playoffs, which I'm not sure would have happened. I think Steve Evans himself has said that we might have fallen short. But this season, you know, we want to go one better. Paul Scally says every single season, our owner, that the aim for the following season is to just improve on the season before. And if we're going to do that this season, you know, we want to be challenging for the playoffs. We have got a big rebuilding job to do. I think the first day of pre-season we had 6 or 7 players, and 2 of those are goalkeepers. Like I say, we've lost Fuller, we've lost Seymour, we've lost Jones. So we've got a big rebuild to do at the back. I'll sort of talk about that when we go on to the danger men in the next point. But I feel like our squad is better this season. It might take them a while to gel, as it often does in new squads. But I expect us to be better. I think we will be. You know, Steve Evans, Paul Rayner, manager and assistant manager, good set of coaches. And I think we'll be challenging for top 6. The league is strong. You know, you think of who's coming down. Obviously Wigan, they're in some trouble off the pitch, but they're still a good side. Charlton, Hull coming up as well. Obviously Crewe, Swindon, Plymouth, Northampton. And you still got the likes of Peterborough, Sunderland, Portsmouth, Ipswich, Oxford, Fleetwood, Doncaster. The list goes on of who's in the league. So it's a very, very tough division this season. Probably the toughest I've seen, I can't lie. So it'll be tough, but I do expect us to be competing for the playoffs. I think in the other sort of predictions I've done, I've said top 6. So I'll go with 6th place finish for Gillingham this season. In terms of the danger men, I think when you talk about danger men, you normally sort of talk about the attacking players. We did struggle for goals last season. At the time of recording, I'm not too sure what's happened to Brandon Hanlon. He's been offered numerous contracts. He's still yet to sign, but he has been training with us all pre-season. But for me, I'm hoping John Akinde will be fit and firing this season. We signed him in January for a fee, which doesn't often happen around Gillingham. He had a good first couple of games, but then he did sort of struggle towards the back end of the campaign. Evan said he wasn't fit. I don't think he was fit looking at him, to be honest, seeing him on the pitch. But let's hope that, you know, with a bit of time off, doing his own thing, and then coming back to pre-season with everyone else, he is fit and firing this season. Because, you know, whatever level he's at, he scores goals. So, you know, the net doesn't move. So I'm hoping John Akinde will lead our line and be fit and firing. Obviously, we've brought in Dane Oliver as well from Northampton. For me, he's probably back up at this point, but, you know, we'll see what Steve Evans has in his plans, and we'll see what the season brings for him. For me, our most impressive signings are Kyle Dempsey and Jordan Graham. Kyle Dempsey, you know, very good player. I think will be well known to most low league fans. Your typical box-to-box midfielder. At the time of recording, we've not announced the captain. He's in contention to be our captain. He's very good on the ball. He's got good shooting, and he was linked with the Championship as well. And we managed to pick him up, which I think is a massive sign, and probably one of the best signings in the whole division, to be honest with you, this summer. And Jordan Graham, we had him last season. I think he played 7 games for us on loan from Wolves before the season was cut short. He struggled with injuries in his career. I think he's 24 now. But but he's a good player, you know, typical winger, fast, skillful, get to the ball and get crosses in, and now we've signed him on permanent, and I think that's an exciting pickup as well. In terms of our defence, sorry, the hamster's, I don't know what he's doing, he's about to chew a blanket. But in terms of our defence, like I say, that is where our strength is. I wouldn't necessarily call them danger men. You know, would you call Virgil van Dijk Liverpool's danger man? Probably not, even if he's their best player. But Jack Tucker and Conor Ogilvie, two brilliant young defenders. Conor Ogilvie sort of swept up at our Player of the Year awards earlier this summer. He's been linked with a number of moves away, Oxford, Portsmouth. But he's contracted and you have to pay a pretty decent fee if you want him. Obviously, like I say, at the time of recording, he's still with the club. Hopefully he is with the club this season. Like I said earlier, one of the best left backs in the division in my opinion. Jack Tucker sort of came from nowhere. It was going to be released when Steve Evans came in, by former manager Steve Lovell. But you know, he kept him on, Evans, and Tucker's done really well. Established himself as a key member of our squad, and he's got competition from Chris Magoma and Zach Medley. But yeah, Jack Tucker I expect to be a key member of the team this season. A good young defender. I expect him to kick on even more and perhaps go for a hefty fee next summer. So yeah, that's pretty much my preview for the channel from a Gillingham point of view. I'd like to thank Matt again for inviting me on. All the best to Northampton this season, obviously apart from against Gillingham. And yeah, we'll see how my predictions go and how my assessment goes when the season comes to a close. But yeah, thanks very much again to Matt for inviting me on, and I'll see you guys later.